Także zachęcam do wysłuchania prezentacji i oddaję głos pani Glorii Borghetti. Gloria, you can start.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope that everybody can hear me okay. So, my name is Glorii Borghetti, and I work for Taylor&Francis. I take care of the journals, and today I'm here to present you our dashboard, which I hope that you will find useful. Just to give you an overview of how you can make the best out of all the functionalities that you have at your disposal. I will start from the basics, so how to log in. So this is the page that you should see in front of you, and you should all have a username and a password. If you do not have it, just please contact me or Anna, and we can provide you with one, because being a librarian, it means that you have quite a few functionality that you can use at your disposal. So this is what you should be saying when you try to log in. Obviously, you have different options to log in. So you might use Shibboleth, Open Athens, or there are even others. And then you simply log in once you have your email and the password. So now you'll see that you should see your own name up there with your account, and then if you have already uploaded the logo of your university or your institution, you should see this instead of obviously TNF office locations. This is the main page where, and they are the same for personal account or institutional account. So all the students, they can also have an account and register, but their personal account means the kind of functionality they have is more limited to what an institutional account is. Now I'm going to show you. So if you want to have access to all the functionality for librarian, you simply have to click on your account settings. You'll see here you have institutional account, and this is all the various functionalities that you have at your disposal. These ones in your account are the same for everyone. So even if you're a student, you're registered, that's the same. To change anything at all, you just simply click on edit account. So you have name, surname, your subjects of interest. What's important here is that if you need, you can update your password. And also if you want to receive or not receive any offers or any updates, that's where your privacy settings are. So it's quite important. And you can change that anytime. Just remember to then click on update account, otherwise that won't be saved. The same is for addresses. What's important is the shipping address, just in case you're also purchasing any books, because that's, if anything changes, is not very likely to happen. But if for any reason you need to do that, you can by just clicking here and then saving again. So access entitlement, this is simply if you want to check what you have access to. So which kind of libraries or collection your university or your institution has purchased. You can see in my case, there is almost nothing because it's just a dummy account. It's not a real one. It's just the one I use to present. But here, for example, you should have a list of journals or the list of collection. And if you want, you can also download everything. So you can also have what we call a mark records. Some of you might be already familiar, some not, but it's just a way to have a list of all your journals in one place. Then you decide if you want all the journals that would download all the journals of Taylor&Francis, or if you just want the one that your institution have at your disposal. You click on download, and then you receive the report in the email that is linked to this account. This is very important functionality, the usage report. So there will be also then a guide for the usage reports. There is a counter 4 and counter 5. You just can switch between them. And here you can see, you can select the range dates. So if you're interested in the all year, last year, you can select anything. So there are all sorts of functionality. It might seem a bit complicated, but there is also a guide that I'm going to show you in a second where it is. And if then you feel that it's still quite difficult to understand how to run counter reports, I can always organize a quick session where I can show you more details how you can run it, because I think it's quite important for a librarian to be able to see how the usage is going, what the students and researchers are trying or they are using mostly. So it gives you a good idea of what are the most relevant journals in general that they have been using the most. Here is a little bit more technical. So this is the IP ranges. So in this session, in this part of the dashboard, it's in case you want to add an IP. Sometimes it happens that there are new IP that needs to be added. You can just add the description. Like in this case, you just add maybe the location or any name that makes sense for the IP range. And here the IP range, and you click on add. Or otherwise, you can update by deleting. If you want to delete or change them, you select them, and always remember by the end of it to update it or delete the one that they're no longer relevant. In case you have any doubts, you can click, you can contact support, or you can also always contact me directly or Anna, and we can help you out if you have any doubts on that. This is the link resolver. This is quite technical, and is more, I guess, for someone that works in in the IT. They would need that. Is simply provide customized list with title at level metadata, and that kind of easy is kind of help the content discoverability and the full text linking. Okay, but as I said, no, maybe it's not something that everyone would regularly use. The same for the Traxis proxy. I don't want to go into too many details because, again, this is something that just an IT person really would need to access if there is any main change to any domains or IP addresses. But otherwise, I would just leave it. Just want to show you it's there, but it's very technical. Sorry, I don't know why it's not opening. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you are an administrator, which means you have access to all the functionality I'm just illustrating to you. But if if there is somebody else in your department or in your university that wants to also if they need to run reports or they need to have access because maybe is an IT person that needs to update the trusted proxy or anything like that, you can by any means add them. So you just need to add their email address and add an administrator. Okay. Also, in case anything changes, you can also delete any of the one. You can see that you got quite a few here because it's all the people that works in Taylor&Francis that needs to have access to this. But you can then delete. You always have to remember just delete, or you can also recommend to your librarian that. And then you add new content. Just always remember to use that. And once you add them as an administrator, they can do the same thing. So, run reports and all of that. Co-branding. So this is what I was telling you before. Like you can see here, there is TNF office locations. And if you want to change, and change the name, or you haven't set it up yet, you can do that here. Also, if you want, there is nothing here. Oh, actually, here I've got just Taylor and Francis Online. But if you want, you can then upload your logo. You choose a file. Here, it just tells you which files are accepted, and then you upload it, and that's easily done. Okay, again, this is just as before, it's just the billing and shipping address. And here are the holdings. The holdings is what you basically have. All the collection, the journals you have access to. I don't know if you are familiar with the keyboard, but it's just another way to download and have the full range of your holdings in one place. You can, if you use the full keyboard only holdings report, then you would have everything in Taylor and Francis. Every resources is there. If you just want yours, then you just select institutional keyboard holding report, and then you can send it to yourself or the administration in case there are more than one. Otherwise, you just decide somebody else, and you just send the report, and then they will have it. They will receive it via email. So that's pretty straightforward. So now I'm going to go into a little bit more details on the, where you can find be more information about how to run the reports, for example. So if you click on home, then that is where this is what everyone sees when they want to have access to the journals. So you'll see, here you can search by any journals, any subjects. And here it's quite an important section here. Sometimes people miss it, but it's divided. So there are quite a few resources, and they are divided up by interest. So if you're a librarian, if you're an author, an editor, or if you are a society, and the page continues. There are other what is trending now, the more read articles. It's quite good to check from time to time. But let's go on to the librarian, which is what we are interested in today. So here is quite useful because you have basically all the main functionalities that you have access to. But what is quite good is the frequently asked questions. So now I already told you how to update the IP addresses. So and here I just explain what I just said, and also it kind of tells you which kind of range authentication options you have. So the most common is the IP addresses, but now that lots of university are working at distance, so they are remotely giving access to students, to give them to show the lessons and all of that. There are other options that they can be used. The latest one we have added is the Google Cousin. So it's a campus activated subscriber access. If you have any doubts about this, just click on them and you will have all the information in there. But again, if you are still unsure, that you can always contact us and we can clarify anything. So I was talking about before about also the authentication and how to run reports. So in here is where you also find the guide, which is very important. So here it gives you all the information about the usage report and why you could be using it and what are the advantages of using it. And then here, if you click on here, then it will give you the whole guide, so you can download the guide. And it's pretty easy to use. But again, if you're not familiar with it, or you feel you need extra support, please let us know, and we can run a short webinar where we can actually show you, anything that can help you to run it yourself. Or we can always supply. I regularly send reports, so in case you don't feel confident, you don't have time, you can always request the usage report, and you can always send it to you, so that's not a problem. Okay, so here you can, again, to go back to your account, you always go back here. Okay, so basically that's really all is in there. The last few things that you can also see here is the new content and citation alert, but this is a functionality that are common to all of them. So if you want to know what's new, or if there is any particular subjects that you're particularly interested in and you want to know if there is any new journals, any new articles, then you can set yourself any new content alert or citation alert. Now I'm just gonna show you. Basically, you go here, you select any subject. Let's go for art. And you can see here that you can download, you can save, and here is actually where you can set any alerts, but you can, and any students can do the same. So this is for everyone. So this is just, as I say, an overview of the functionality, but I haven't gone into details about reports or anything like that. I hope that this has been useful, from and maybe told you something that you didn't know before. So this is also where you manage your alerts. But I think I've covered everything that it's in your institutional account. However, if you have any question, I'm happy now to take any question, or you can also send if you have a question later on. Maybe you're trying different things that you kind of don't remember. Feel free to contact again me or Anna, and we will be happy to assist you.
Thank you, Gloria, very much for this presentation. And now I will give the floor to Anna. Aniu, oddaję Tobie głos.
Dziękuję bardzo. Thank you, Gloria, for a very useful presentation. Now I'm switched to Polish to tell a few additional things to the participants. Dziękuję Państwu jeszcze raz za uwagę. Kilka dodam jeszcze może szczegółów odnośnie współpracy z Państwem, bo od tego roku EBSCO jest administratorem konsorcjum Taylor&Francis w Polsce, także proszę kontaktować się ze mną we wszystkich sprawach. Ja oczywiście jestem dostępna w języku polskim, Pani Gloria raczej w języku angielskim. Ta strona administracyjna, jeżeli Państwo nie macie dostępu, to oczywiście proszę o kontakt ze mną, ustawimy dla Państwa dostęp. Z takich spraw jeszcze bieżących, to myślę, że za jakiś czas powtórzymy takie krótkie szkolenie ze strony administracyjnej. Myślę, że zrobimy je już w języku polskim. Po tym naszym spotkaniu również to nagranie będzie dla Państwa dostępne, więc można prześledzić wszystkie te funkcjonalności i mam nadzieję, że będziecie Państwo też aktywnie korzystać. Z dodatkowych jeszcze informacji chciałabym powiedzieć jeszcze troszeczkę o ofercie Taylor&Francis. Część z Państwa tutaj aktywnie była ze mną w kontakcie w trakcie składania deklaracji przystąpienia do konsorcjum i właściwie Państwo do chwili obecnej zadeklarowaliście jakby chęć tylko dostępu do zasobów. Natomiast ta część dotycząca publikowania była jeszcze z wydawcą uzgadniana i wspólnie z ICM-em czekaliśmy tutaj na ofertę i chciałam powiedzieć, że na szczegóły oferty i chciałam powiedzieć, że właśnie już praktycznie ta oferta jest gotowa, także w przyszłym tygodniu, przynajmniej do części z Państwa, którzy są jakby bezpośrednio już tutaj w kontakcie ze mną odnośnie ofert, zostanie przesłana taka dodatkowa oferta dotycząca możliwości publikowania w Taylor&Francis. No i wyślemy też do Państwa deklarację, jeżeli fundusze Państwa nadal pozwolą, no to będzie nam miło, jeżeli Państwo zadeklarujecie też chęć skorzystania z tej opcji. Także proszę oczekiwać tutaj na maile ode mnie również w tej sprawie. Jeżeli macie Państwo jakieś pytania, to bardzo prosimy o nie w tym momencie. Kamila, czy możemy też mikrofony na chwileczkę otworzyć, jeżeli ktoś chciałby zadać pytanie?
Jak najbardziej każdy z uczestników może sobie wyłączyć mikrofon, klikając po prawej stronie na ikonkę mikrofonu. Myślę, że tak będzie
Aha, tak, żeby nie było za dużo
nie
szumu.
wszyscy naraz. Ci, którzy są zainteresowani, mogą sobie włączyć mikrofony.
Także jeżeli ktoś z Państwa chciałby teraz po prostu zabrać głos, to serdecznie zapraszamy do rozmowy.
Pytania również można wysyłać na czacie. Ja mam tutaj pytanie. Najpierw Państwu przedstawię, żeby Państwo wiedzieli, o co będę pytać, natomiast zaraz po angielsku też Glorii to pytanie zadam. Jak pozyskać informacje dotyczące artykułów opublikowanych przez osoby pracujące na naszej uczelni, w naszej instytucji? I już to pytanie też zadaję Glorii. Gloria, we have a question and we would like you to answer this question. How to get information about articles published by researchers from my institution?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So in that case, this is something that you would have to ask us. It's not something that you would be able to see, in there, because the level of accuracy. I mean, you can always you see in here, if you write a name of any author, you can always see, all the articles. So any names that you can try now and write the name of the author you're interested, and then it will give you the list of all of all the articles that have been published. Is that what he was asking for, or?
I guess yes. If there will be some
I mean,
questions.
in there you can see, obviously you can only see what has been published, in the let's see if they only subscribe to a library, and this author has been published in a library that the institution is not subscribing to. They can see the article in there, but they cannot then read it. But by just writing the name of the author, then it will give you the list of all their work. Like, for example, let's go on. This is my help. So if we go on Taylor and Francis now, okay, here we go on Earth Science. Okay, so in here you can order all the kind of filters. Sorry, I haven't showed you because this is I didn't think of showing this, but you can you can search anything. So you see, you can also use the author, and then you go for search. Okay, you can also be more accurate, and if you want to see if they any keywords, so any particular subjects this author had been published, they can also do that. So this should give you everything. Like let's click on the name of this author, for example. By clicking on her name, that you will have all the articles that this Natalia Zavialova has been published, and the same is for any author. So anything you can see there is clickable, and it gives you the list of all the one that have been published. In some cases, you might get a long list. So in that case, you can also you can see that. What we have here is all the subjects. So you might be just interested in bioscience. So they want to see what the author has been published only in the biosciences, subjects. So that's what you can do, or publishing date. So yeah, but if you only want to know what is in a particular author has been published, then you just write his name. Or if you come across him in any articles, you just click on his name, and then you have, look, this is a long list, isn't it? So then you can use all the filters here, okay, and also use you know, a range of dates. Yeah, obviously the results might be that there are some, if it's an archive, it might be resources that you might not have no access to, but you can always see here all the one that you can read because you are subscribing to, and you can always download and send it to your account if you want to, you know, as a reminder, or, you know, something to go back at a later date. You can always click here, save the search or export results, and they will send automatically to your email account.
Thank you, Gloria. We have also another question. You already mentioned reports,
Yeah.
but there is a question: do you provide any reports or notification?
Yes. Yeah, we provide any report. So as if you need any specific reports, you just need to ask, contact Anna or contact me directly and let me know which kind of report you need. If you need just a usage report, a turnaway report, so all the, you know, the turnaway report or denials reports are the one where you're trying, somebody's trying to access something, but is outside the scope of the you know, the journals that they are part of your subscriptions. So you can have, you may want the one for 3 years ago, for last month. So yes, but we just need to know what you need. But as long as we know what you're looking for, we can always provide you a report.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Gloria. We also got some questions on chat. Also, to the first question that was asked. Can I search by affiliation the name of the institution where the author is employed? Czyli czy można wyszukiwać po afiliacji nazwy instytucji, w której zatrudniony jest autor?
I'm not sure about the institution itself, to be honest. This is not, I think, something that it can be done in here. I think we can, using in our system. We have another system that we use. In that case, if you're interested in a particular institution, that I think this is something that you would have to request, but you cannot find there. But it's possible to, you know, to have this kind of information. It's just not available in you know, in the dashboard. You have to dig a little bit deeper just to have just for that single institution. So you would have to ask that.
Okay, and then we have another question on chat.
Yeah.
First, I will ask it in Polish. Czy Taylor&Francis oferuje możliwość zakupu pojedynczych e-booków na swojej platformie? Nie chodzi mi o zakup kolekcji, ale o poszczególne tytuły. Czy są z tym związane koszty utrzymania dostępu do platformy? Nie chodzi o Vital Source. So the English version of the question. Does Taylor&Francis offer the possibility to buy single ebooks on its platform? I don't mean the purchase of a collection, but individual titles. Are there any costs associated with this for maintaining access to the platform? It's not about Vital Source.
So I personally just look after the journals part. So for the ebooks, I would have to, if you you know, if you would be so kind to take this librarian email, I can put you in touch with somebody from ebooks that would be able to help you, because ebooks, they use a separate platform. And I know that they sell collection. I don't know about the ebooks itself, but if you, as I said, if you let me know which ebooks are after, and then I can put you in touch with the person that you know, deals with ebooks, and she can help you and give you all the information that you need.
Gloria, maybe I add some comment.
Yeah.
Kto z Państwa jest zainteresowany książkami, to oczywiście też proszę, może się kontaktować ze mną. Wydawnictwo Taylor&Francis jest bardzo, jak Państwo wiecie, dużym wydawcą i Gloria akurat zajmuje się tylko tą częścią dotyczącą czasopism, dlatego nie może bezpośrednio ustosunkować się do tego pytania, ale postaramy się oczywiście odpowiedzieć Państwu również na pytania dotyczące książek. Natomiast pani Glorii Borghetti zajmuje się tą częścią wydawnictw, które są po prostu czasopismami.
Dziękuję, thank you. And we have another question from the chat. How can I get an annual report from my institution without logging in? I am referring to email contact, czyli jak mogę otrzymać raport roczny dla mojej instytucji bez logowania, chodzi mi o kontakt mailowy.
So to download a report without logging into the account, is that what they're asking?
Probably, yes.
I think this is a question. Maybe I will answer in Polish. Yes, that simply what you said, that we can provide if
without because without logging in, we wouldn't have the date, which account from which institution, it's impossible. But again, if you don't want to log in, or you want a different kind of reports, you can. The best way, is to contact yourself or myself directly, and then I can run it and send it directly.
So I say a few comments in Polish. Jeżeli ktoś z Państwa chciałby otrzymać, rozumiem, statystyki za rok ubiegły lub może jakieś bieżące, a nie chce się logować, czy jest to w jakiś sposób niemożliwe, to oczywiście też prosimy o kontakt. Statystyki odnośnie konsorcjum za rok ubiegły będą też przekazane do ICM-u, mam nadzieję, znaczy już zostały właściwie przekazane, też prawdopodobnie za chwilę będą dostępne też poprzez stronę ICM, także będą to te oficjalne statystyki, które też dla Państwa instytucji są aktualne za rok ubiegły. Natomiast jeżeli chodzi o bieżące za dany miesiąc, no to oczywiście zachęcamy Państwa do samodzielnego pobierania tych raportów, jest też kilka, ale zawsze można skontaktować się ze mną czy z Panią Glorią.
Czy mają Państwo jeszcze jakieś pytania? Zachęcamy do zabierania głosu bądź do wysyłania pytań na czacie. Dostaliśmy jedno pytanie jeszcze odnośnie tego, ile dostępów można mieć na platformie. Is it possible that more than one person gets access to admin?
Yes, of course.
And is there any limit?
No, there is no limit. I'll show you again. It's very simple. So once you click on your account, you go on administrator, this is the most important part for you, administrator. You see, you just simply put the name, the email address of the person, and you add it. And if you want to update, you delete the old ones. And at the bottom of the page, this is very long. So at the very bottom of the page, you just delete it. And so, but if you just want to add it, you put the email address of the person, and then this person will receive an email saying, you are an administrator, please set up your password. So the person will receive the email, will set up their own password, and then they will have also access, because obviously sometimes you need more than one person, for different, somebody takes care of the technical part, somebody uses the reports, and so on. So you can have as many as you want. As you can see here, we have lots because we all use this platform for different reasons.
Thank you, Gloria.
No problem.
Wydaje się, że więcej pytań się już nie pojawia. Jeśli, tak jak już koleżanki wspomniały, jeśli będą mieć Państwo jakieś pytania, zachęcamy do kontaktu. Otrzymają Państwo maila po spotkaniu z nagraniem tej dzisiejszej prezentacji, tak by mogli Państwo sobie również odtworzyć, korzystając z platformy, te wszystkie funkcje, przetestować je równolegle z tym, co pokazywała nam Gloria. Gdyby wówczas pojawiły się jakieś pytania, zachęcamy do kontaktu mailowego bądź telefonicznego z Anią. Z naszej strony serdecznie dziękujemy za udział w dzisiejszym spotkaniu. Życzymy Państwu udanego dnia. I would like to thank Gloria for her beautiful and very informative presentation. We wish you a great day. And thank you again. Aniu, dziękuję bardzo za udział w spotkaniu.
Ja również za prowadzenie, Glorii za prezentację, Państwu za udział. No, mam nadzieję do następnego miłego spotkania. Dziękujemy jeszcze raz. Do widzenia.
Thank you everyone for your time today. I hope it was useful, and as I said, any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Have a lovely day, all of you. Take care.